these are all control points,
Yeah,
so
this is good.
they're a little faster
Okay.
than.
Yeah, let's watch. Let's watch.
I mean, if all of them were 30-minute bangers, I'm not going to pick the 4 codes.
This is good.
So
I
this is
think,
really good. You can see how much pressure there's
yeah,
like.
it's gonna be decent high ground overall. You definitely have a lot of options too from here. They're not really contesting it too, which is like pretty nice. We just shoot here for free, and then you can rotate deeper.
Yeah, correct. So this is the ideal situation I get in a lot of games. So and then what happens is they are like, my God, this Freya is fucking me up, and then they just run at you. That's what I think you will see later. Like the Venture just abandons his whole team and just like runs at me. Like I mean, not in this case, but this one is me
Yeah.
being stupid. I fall off the high ground, so I think
Oh, so
there's
that
some.
was not intentional too. You wanted to keep holding this high ground here, right?
I think let's see. We'll watch it closely again.
Because it feels.
Yes. This was
Mm-hmm.
not intentional.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is a recurrent theme. I tend to find for high grounds
I
quite a
just
lot. I
wonder
think
if
if I were
done quite
to, if I were,
well here. Maybe
yeah.
just
So this, what I mean by sometimes I can do well, and sometimes it's inconsistent. So like, unlike previous sessions, I feel like I'm at the point where I can actually start carrying. It's just that it, I do, it's very inconsistent. Just wanted to kind of identify the inconsistencies, and then I can, if I fix them, I think my performance should skyrocket. That's what I think.
yeah, it's like I always describe it as you sort of want to beat a raid boss, and it takes time. It takes time to farm the stats. It takes time to farm all
Yeah.
the loot, and yeah, eventually you
Yeah,
have all
true.
that
Okay,
stuff
yeah, that's a good point.
together, and then you can beat that all together. It's
Great
gonna
boss,
be
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be possible to go through. Even though sometimes you might feel like yeah, well, making improvements here and there, but still kind of not enough. But yeah, it's okay. All of it will come together once the mechanism is built. You just need
So
yeah.
I'll be honest, is that's a good point you pointed out. I didn't even know the echo was there. That's sometimes I feel that people escape my peripheral vision. Is that something you can train? Because sometimes you will notice in some of the replays that I will not notice a threat walk by me, like a brawl hero or Genji or something, because I'm very focused on trying to pressure out the
Yeah.
enemy team, right? So like maybe a Tracer or like a Genji will slip past me, and even if they don't punch him in the face, I'm scared they'll punch my Life Weaver in the face. You know what I mean?
How tracking swords went for you? I remember we talked about that. What you done so
Very
far?
poor. I think that is probably my weakest aspect right now. For example, I did not even know that there was echo in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I can track one max, and even that's a bit challenging with all the other things we'll be working on.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe I will have to, maybe that's my main issue right now, and that's might be the reason why I can't maintain a distance for angles, because for you to do that, you need to know who you're trying to maintain distance from, right?
Yeah, that's true too. Exactly. Right now, it's good that they're not pressuring us that much, but at the same time, if you know where the characters are, maybe you can punish somebody. Like even your team, to be honest, they don't know that the echo exists here. But they even after this Bab gets in pressure, they're not even shooting. But yeah, it's just something we can ideally we should be taking advantage of. Well, when you when you try to track, what have you been trying to do so far? Is it just trying to, like I said, use peripheral vision, or is there anything else? What have you
I
been doing?
am thinking like, okay, so like sometimes I will tap or I will see somebody who has been a menace, like a Moira or something, somebody who wants to run at me, or Reaper or something, and say, okay, look, there's this very scary guy in the game. Uh you can poke safely, but you need to watch where he is. Once you see him commit, then you can start to use more of your abilities. And actually that works for a bit, and then the thing is, mid fight is usually where they get me, because I slip, right? Because I'm focused on like
Mhm.
shooting them, finish off the kills, like observing the life bars, and then that's when they smack me in the face. Like in the pre-fight phase, I'm usually quite good at doing the throw, but it's when in mid fight, actually that's when I need to pay attention the most. Is where they really get me. That tends to be the
Mhm.
case. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so maybe it would be good to also just specify for you, not necessarily we have to track like one specific person, which is also okay. This can be the part of the training. Yeah, maybe one day you like,
Sure.
okay, I'm always tracking their first support or the two supports. I just want to create the
Right.
mind map and so to speak, know where everybody is. But you can also try to make the different focus. Instead of focusing the character, you focus on the idea. So if I have an idea of, let's try to focus on the active members on the enemy team. Because target priority, in my opinion, usually consists of two things. It's going to be who is really killable for you and who is going to be really active on the enemy team. And activity,
Okay.
it can be first off based on who is taking off angles on the enemy team, which
Right.
I think can be something we can punish. Like it's always color hacks. Why they've been shooting the spray too on the top left is because this guy is also taking off angle. That is something what we want to challenge, because if they do use the off angle, then my team might be dead. So we want to make sure kind of in this fight mode, yeah, push the angles back, so we'll be able to execute the angle used by ourselves. Yeah, that's why a little bit shots there, a
Okay.
little bit shots
I
here.
see.
Yeah, and this is gonna be really important too. I think the map control. So your idea can be as always activity. Who is active? Who is taking off angles? So
Sure.
when we go in a fight, you're looking at this entire thing and you're like, okay, but on this moment, who exactly might be taking off angle? Maybe track that one specific person, and there's gonna be a
Uh,
lot of yeah.
it does require you to split your attention though,
This is true. Yeah.
and something that I have been trying to work on. You also don't want to divert too much attention away from like pressuring. At the same time, you can't not do that. I've seen a clip of Shy, and he was Shy, the Chinese player.
Hmm.
He's like
Yeah.
the hit scan expert on Hanzhong Spark, and he will like shoot the team, and then he will flick to like a threat. And like, wow, I don't know how they do it. I'm sure there's a lot of practice and stuff like that, but they have a very good awareness of like
Awareness. Yeah.
when to switch, like from say pressuring from off angle to like contesting the lane, for example. I think that's the reason why you play a lane, right? You play a lane so that you can also contest the off angle.
Yes.
But like, I guess how to split from one to the other. Uh, do you like maybe shoot like main for a bit, then wait a while, check if there's any issue, then back to main again? I'm not sure how you would train that, or because you can't your peripheral vision may not be enough all the time, right? Like if you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
mean,
You
assuming you're playing like the top right.
Yeah, exactly. You just need to collect information, right? And collecting information, let's maybe put it this way, it can consist of multiple things. So collecting info, peripheral vision, sure. But in my experience, the best thing is always kind of think like a mind map. Yeah, I always want to know where everybody is. I see that, like me as a player, if I see that only 4 people, where's another last person? There are only 4 people now. Where's the last person, right? I instantly kind of think about that, but it's not even you actively think. It's just my instant kind of like alarm button in a way. Yeah, I just
Mm.
know because I've been putting so much attention before on that. Like for example, if I look at the fire and then I know that I put the arm near the fire, then obviously I can anticipate that it's gonna harm my arm in a way. And this is
Mm.
exactly
I
what I
see.
see here. I see the fire right now. I see the fire if I put the arm here. And this is the same thing. I don't see the last person. But how do I know? The fire is gonna harm me. Yeah, exactly. Got a test. Like that's why in the childhood, yeah, you grow up, you do a lot of things. Maybe do some testing when the world was working or not, and then maybe somebody tells you as well. Like this stuff will harm you in a way. This stuff is
I see.
maybe poisonous. This stuff is something what you need to make sure you don't do it. This is exactly the thing here. If I'm constantly aware, like I'm seeing this picture, I know this is dangerous, and I understand why, then my attention is gonna go towards this variable, which
I
is
see.
important. Yeah, I see 4 people, so it's peripheral vision, sure, but what are the other things which allow you to track this person, which will allow you to track the echo?
So literally count, right? Like you have to see 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
who's missing, and then you press tab, figure out who they are. Uh, maybe.
yeah,
Do
exactly.
you tend to build a map, like say for example you're playing Winston, like Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know what they are. Okay, this guy's isolated. Let's jump his ass. Is that how you think about that? Like, I mean, I know
This
it's all
partially
subconscious.
could be, yeah.
I see.
This could be
Uh,
partially. Sorry.
I know subconscious, of course. But to make it subconscious, you need to kind of build the instinct, right? Like, is what I'm thinking,
Yep.
because right now I don't have the instinct clearly, but I suppose I'm just trying to figure out a method to try and you know because what sometimes I'll go off angle, start pressuring, start shooting, but that's when they get me. So maybe like in between those times when I'm taking cover, I keep track of who I haven't seen in a while. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's one habit I could try.
Yeah, yeah, this could be another reliable when to do that. Yeah, so what we're collecting
Yeah.
is going to be collecting info. Now, when we're doing that, is usually in downtime. Like, generality is always downtime. And downtime could be through multiple things. It can be done, like I said, when you're behind the cover. This is one. This is one part of downtime. In other parts of downtime, and this is what you see a lot of the pro players do, they tend to split the attention of pressuring when they're reloading. Yeah, reload is also can be the good reload, or when you low on the cooldowns. Yeah, when you use your cooldowns, it's usually going to be updraft and shifts. Then you usually again divert more attention towards the scouting. Yeah, think about it like the graph in a way again, like sort of scale. Yeah, where do I put my attention? Do I put my attention on doing damage? Let's put it this way: doing damage, or do I put my attention on something else, like maybe trying
Right.
to make sure that I collect the
Scout. Oh.
info? Yeah, maybe scout. Maybe there's gonna be more attention on dodging the enemy if you're under the pressure, right? And that's why this
Yeah.
makes total sense. You kind of, when you pressure the enemy, it's gonna be hard to track this guy, but you also don't
Yes.
have to
Exactly.
divert your attention right at this moment. We just need to find a moment when there is no opportunities for us to do as much pressure, and we shouldn't be doing as much pressure too. Yeah, maybe it's before the fight, maybe it's like also behind the cover. I'm gonna write it down. Yeah, behind cover, before fight. Yeah, this is gonna be always when you switch towards the scale here, towards the graph over here,
Sure.
just to let's track the info.
And I think
Probably.
that's something that I should kind of work on. I think that's something that's you I think this is a good concept that you hit on, because I feel the exact same way. I think this is something that I'm missing. That's actually probably why I still, even though I know it's bad for me, sometimes I get in very close contact with the enemy team, and to be honest, it surprises me, like, wait, what the hell? The ram is here.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I play, I personally would always also refer to that as a player. I remember when I was playing, maybe I'm not doing that as comfortably now. Still, possibly I'm able to track almost accurately, or everybody is still not the best. But yeah, before it's been always, I've been not only been able to track all the enemy team, but I also knew whatever the cooldown's being used in my head. I know this, but sometimes it might seem like a little bit crazy, maybe. But to be honest,
Oh no, no.
you just kind of know.
Sure.
It's gonna be intuitive. You feel like when this person will use the cooldown. Like for example, I feel that this hog will use their hook in 2 seconds, and I exactly know
Sure.
because I've been training that so much. Like this guy hooked me 100 times before. I don't want to get hooked again, and so it happens with all these variables here. It can be even with the Boop of the
Mm.
Lucio, the Fate of the Moira, this bombs and Beam of the Echo. So now it alerts me. Like I'm looking at the situation, like I'm looking at the fire again. I'm gonna put the arm in that. Yeah, this alerts me. Don't do that. you gotta be
Yeah.
aware. Like this is
Yeah.
what you're gonna do. Yeah, and
Sure.
yeah, I think all of this definitely helps. It's not like you should be being super crazy smart, something like count everything.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, but just the more you practice, the easier you will be doing that. The easier it will be for you to go
Yeah.
with the
Sure.
flow. Yeah, it's like what they call the flow state. Kind of
Right. Yeah.
you will be able to also do that. That's why I look at this Olympic Games. Sometimes it's crazy, like for example, yeah, some of the stuff like how synchronized they are, how they also able to be as a work as a team. Sometimes, yeah, it's
Right.
so
Yeah.
much training. This
Right.
is
Yeah.
true. Okay,
Sure.
yeah, we can keep watching
Maybe
this.
it's good to work on building that instinct. Anyway, you can probably watch